Once upon a time in a faraway kingdom, there lived a beautiful princess who was known throughout the land for her luscious golden hair, rosy red cheeks, and her beautiful singing voice. But there was one thing about her that nobody liked, and that was her extreme laziness. The princess always wanted to sleep and eat sweets. She would spend her days lounging around in her room or in the garden, eating nothing but sugary treats. She hated doing any kind of hard work and would often complain that life was too hard and she was too tired to do anything. One day, the princess was strolling through the garden when she saw a beautiful butterfly fluttering around. She wanted to catch it so that she could add its wings to her collection of pretty things. But after only a few steps, she started to get tired and thought to herself, "Oh, my arms are already aching. How can a simpleton like me catch such a beautiful butterfly?" Just then, an old wise cat jumped up on a nearby tree and said to the princess, "Why don't you try asking your horse chestnut to help you? He's big and strong and would love to help you." The princess turned to her horse chestnut and said, "Oh, Chestnut, would you please run as fast as you can and catch that beautiful butterfly for me?" Chestnut neighed and replied, "I'd love to help you, princess, but I have to pull the carriage today and I can't leave my post." "Oh, all right then," said the princess. "How about you, Mittens?" She turned to her cat, who was grooming herself nicely on the grass. "Please catch that butterfly for me. I want to add its wings to my collection." Mittens raised her head from her paws and said to the princess in a very loud and clear voice, "Sorry, princess, but I can't do that for you. I'm too busy chasing mice and birds in the fields." The princess couldn't believe her ears. She had never heard a cat speak before, let alone talk back to her. But to her surprise, the cat continued on in a very gruff voice, "You know, princess, if you really want that butterfly, then you're going to have to work hard to catch it yourself. I'm not going to do anything for you because you never do anything for anyone else. You just sit around all day long doing nothing but eating sweets and taking it easy. Well, I'm not going to be your personal servant, so if you want that butterfly, then go get it yourself." And with that, Mittens jumped over the wall and disappeared into the fields. The princess stood there, stunned, not knowing what to say or do. She had never been spoken to in such a rude way before, and she wasn't sure how to respond. After a moment, though, she realized that the cat was right. She had been lazy and selfish and hadn't thought about how her actions had affected others. She had taken her royal life for granted and had forgotten that being a princess was just about having fun and getting your own way. It also meant looking after your people and being a good role model for them. From that day on, the princess worked hard to make up for her past mistakes. She spent her days helping out in the kingdom and making people happy instead of just sitting around doing nothing. And although it was hard at first, She soon realized that hard work doesn't have to be a chore. In fact, it can be very rewarding. Not only did she feel good about herself for helping others, but she also learned new skills and gained a sense of accomplishment that she had never felt before. As for the talking cat, she became the princess's close friend and confidant, and she continued to help guide her in the ways of hard work and determination. Together, they made a great team, and the princess eventually became known throughout the land for her intelligence, kindness, and, of course, her beautiful golden hair. The end. Moral of the story: hard work makes life easy. Don't be lazy like the princess, or you'll have a lot of problems on your hands. But if you work hard and help others, you'll make your life much easier and happier. Now leave a comment below and tell us what lesson you learned from this story. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our future stories.